Today, we're doing a full deep dive into one of the most unsettling and mysterious Minecraft ARG channels on the internet right now. The channel is called Player30. Player30 posts very short videos, most of them between 8 and 25 seconds long. Almost all of them have the same heavy, suffocating atmosphere, extremely low render distance, thick fog that makes everything feel claustrophobic, distraught gray colors, and almost total silence broken only by static, distant, distorted sounds or very quiet, eerie music. A player walking through grass, looking at a sheep, when suddenly it flickers and the video ends. So what we saw in the video was very irritating because he had written basically everywhere, and it was pretty scary. Moving on to the second video, see a bunch of random names or words on the screen. Then it seems like he jumps down a long tunnel, but he suddenly glitches and the video ends. It always gets worse and worse. On this video, he starts to glitch and the screen comes to a halt. We see, "Hi, join my server, sound cool." Then an error appears. It says, "Let's go, player, mods and texture packs, options," with a really questionable background, world 1. We see he spawned in lava and died, and the video ended right there. So, moving on, this video is questionable because the mushroom breaks on its own while the left one just stays there. So he places it again and it's the same mushroom that broke. The next video starts off pretty bad with binary numbers on the top of the screen that translate to absolutely nothing. We see Player30 walking around and suddenly blocks under him start to break. He doesn't seem panicked at all. We see red zombies. That's not normal. We see him walking around, minding his business, and the further he goes, the deeper the hole goes. If you pause it right there, it says, "Don't try to reveal it." It doesn't make sense. But thinking about it, what is the game trying to prevent him to reveal, and what doesn't make sense? So in this next clip, he enters the IP experiment, which didn't work. So he entered a different IP with DDD. So we see a player opening a door and running straight to him. Somehow he didn't get scared. He just entered the building. So he sees a music disc on a music player, and suddenly fire comes out of nowhere. and he's still not scared, which is really weird because I know most people would be. And one flame goes off, so does the other. It turns pitch black. We see paintings that look like eyes, and right through the window, that's a player staring right at him. Moving on to the next very eerie video. It seems like there's a red rose on the ground that he just walked right past, and we see something or somebody running out in the distance. The video cuts now and then with blocks of dirt and sand. It seems like he's stuck there, like he can't fall down. So after looking through this video seems pretty normal at first. So I let you guys watch this to the end, and this might seem familiar in the future. Right here, the colors all look inverted, and it's like some chunks are missing that are filled with what seems to be ice. So we see the player in creative roaming around, and the screen turns black and weird things happen after that. As we move through the series, the feeling of isolation becomes stronger and stronger. Words like creating isolation, eroding, soiling, and alone appear on signs and loading screens. The world around the player is literally falling apart. Chunks start missing. The player begins falling into endless black voids with no death message, no sound, just silence as they fall forever. In several clips, the player just stands completely motionless for the entire video, staring into the thick fog. In others, you can hear very faint, distorted breathing or whispering. That doesn't sound human at all. The player's skin sometimes looks slightly glitched or pale. The render distance gets even lower, making the world feel smaller and smaller. Like the game is just closing in. In this clip, we see a white screen with black lines. It says Minecraft with the player just standing there with inverted colors. It's rainbow and everything glitches around. He's moving fast and there's things in the video, and the video ends here with him just fading away. Moving on, this might seem like a normal clip, but if we look a little deeper, it's not that normal after all. So the first few seconds are normal. So he's walking across this bridge, and we see some mobs. He's just looking around. So if we look a little closer at the chests, they're not perfectly aligned, so something has to be wrong here. He's looking down. So if we remember, this is supposed to be a multiplayer because he played it with his friends in this house 3 clips ago. This next video is kind of weird. You see him walking into a black door. Then it seems like he's in beta Minecraft walking on the ground. But something seems off, and that's not normal. So this clip might feel off, but for the beginning it's all normal till the end. He's flying around, and suddenly he's on the ground, and he's switching from survival to creative, and it's staticky. In this video we see someone who seems to be someone else instead of Player30, because we usually know Player30 doesn't have the skin on. So what's weird is you can hold fire in this weird version of the game, and suddenly he's somewhere else. There's half doors and weird buildings. He says this bed is occupied, but there's nobody sleeping there. So he sees a house and tries to enter it, but then he sees a castle. The screen goes black, and it starts to get staticky and glitch everywhere. The player was super confused for a second, but he seems to be fine. So he just kept on playing like nothing happened, and still the bed is occupied. So the video ends with thanks for 2,000 subscribers and ends with this eerie photo. What makes Player30 so disturbing is how consistent and lonely it feels. There are no monsters chasing the player. There are no loud screams or jump scares. Instead, it feels like we're watching someone who can no longer leave the game. The world is slowly deleting itself around them, becoming more empty, more broken, and more silent with every upload. We see him have more than 10 hearts. He died and respawned back with 6.5. See trees deleting themselves, and instead of the tree, there's a massive hole in the ground. Many people in the comments believe this ARG is telling the story of a player who got trapped inside Minecraft. Some think this is about someone's real mental health decline being told through the game. The occasional Russian text that appears supports the theory that this might be someone from Russia or Eastern Europe slowly losing themselves. There's also Russian text that appears in some videos, which has led people to believe the player might be from Russia or Eastern Europe. That translates often talk about being forgotten or being alone, or the server will not let me leave. The channel is still active till this day, but the uploads are very irregular and each new video feels more broken than the last. After watching dozens of Player30 videos back to back, the feeling you're left with is heavy. It doesn't feel like normal horror content. It feels like quietly watching someone disappear inside Minecraft. Whether this is a very well-made ARG or something more personal, it's one of the most unique and disturbing Minecraft mysteries right now. If you want me to go even deeper into Player30 or cover another strange channel, comment part 2 below.